Alright, Sagan just came out. I did some summons and I got extremely lucky. I pulled one Sagan on my third multi, by the way. I also pulled Shinomiya, and then I pulled two of her weapons. There we go, another one, SH Lugnil. So I pulled two of her weapon and one copy of her in 3 multis. Now, is she gonna be a must summon? Let's just go through it real quick. She has the same effect as Reno, where she has double typing, one normal and one elemental. She is going to be blunt and also fire damage dealer. Her S1 is deals blunt damage equals to 34% of this unit's defense. And then her S2 has a 100% chance base to apply taunt to all kaijus. Very good. Applies a shield for 2 turns equals to 7% of this unit's defense to this unit alone. And then her ultimate is very good as well. Before attacking, applies defense up to this unit, and it also applies attack plus 13.5% to all allies. And then she does 88% of damage based on her defense to all kaiju. Her follow-up is just deals blunt damage and fire damage equals to 77% of this unit's defense. And then her passive ability is, after receiving an attack, applies 1 stack of inner flame to this unit, maximum 5 stacks. Counters the kaiju that attack this unit with 100% chance, by the way, and deals blunt damage and fire damage equal to 44% of this unit's defense. And inner flame is this unit ultimate damage multiplier plus 17% and damage dealt plus 5.5%. So you can go up to 100% ultimate damage, and also I think it was 50% of damage dealt if you have this skill maxed out. I have it at level 7. And then her skills right here is going to be, if she dies, she resurrects with 25% of her max HP, 1 time per battle. Second skill is, after countering, has an 80% chance to apply burn to the target. This burn is not really that good because it is based on her attack, and her attack stat is very low, 700, but her defense, look at that, 2000. Her last skill is going to be, after activating her ultimate, recovers this unit's HP equals to 5% of max HP. I'm gonna be showcasing her in Fierce Battle 15. Now, the first thing you need to know about her is that when she counter attacks, she doesn't reduce the enemy's plating. Even though in her passive it says it deals blunt damage and also fire damage, right? But the passive skill in itself doesn't reduce enemy's plating. So she's not really a plating destroyer, but she can tank all day, every day. She doesn't die. You'll see that her damage taken is like to 80, like that, 80. But she has a shield to herself, right? And that shield is a lot, 230. Yeah, she basically cannot die. But as you can see right here, every single time she counters, she's not reducing the enemy's plating. You need to use her S1 or her ultimate in order for you to do blunt and also fire damage that reduces the enemy's plating. Here's her ultimate, boom. 25,000 with no support, by the way. That's crazy. Through the plating as well. Not bad. I have her at level 90. Not fake 90, she's just at level 90 right now. And her weapon is, I think, she did more damage than Jen. That's pretty cool. Her weapon is, I think, level 60 or something, or 70. Her counter attacks do pretty decent damage though, like 1,000 to 2,000 once you've maxed out her passive, which is pretty easy. You just need to take 5 hits, and then her passive is maxed out. But again, if you want to run this unit to break plating, that's not gonna happen, because this unit is she's not that good at breaking plating, but she is good at dealing damage and also aggroing the enemy, because the AoE taunt is pretty much permanent. It's 2 turns, and you only need to cast her S2 every 2 turns, right? The shield is not that important because she doesn't really take any damage, and when she dies, she's just gonna heal up to 25% of her max HP. Even though it's 1 time per battle, she just doesn't die. Look at this. Look at her HP. She still has 1500 HP. And whenever she ults as well, she heals for 5% max HP. Look at this. Boom. 20,000, 0 crits. She's insane, man. However, this team is very slow because I don't have any support. Jen's damage is not that high. He is mostly just there to break the normal plating. And also Sagan, she doesn't do a lot of single target damage, which in Fierce Battle 15, you want to bring a lot of single target damage to kill off the boss. As you can see right there, she only did 7,000 on the boss. But yeah, she does a lot of AoE damage. She thrives against like a lot of enemies because all of them are gonna attack her, but keep in mind her taunt doesn't save you from AoE attacks, right? So if you want to bring a unit that is level 1 in a content just for utility or something, she's not gonna protect them from all of the AoE attacks that they're gonna take. Look at that, 3000 with her skill 1. I have her skill 1 at 0 skill ups. I think you need this unit to have skill ups on her ultimate, passive, and also either the follow up if you want to, or the normal attack, because you don't really need to skill up her second skill. It's not useful at all. It only increases the shield amount, but again, the chance of her dying is so low. The shield amount doesn't really matter. You're only using the skill 2 to taunt the enemies. That's pretty much it. So in my opinion, you should level up her passive, ultimate, and normal ability. The normal ability is very important because that's the only reliable form of damage that you can use for her. That is single target. Her AoE damage is not that high. As you can see, my Jen is already dead. She is protecting Jen from single target effects, but not AoE, right? And this boss's attack is also AoE. Boom. Ultimate single target damage, 9000. It's not that high, again, because the multiplier is not high. It is only, right now I have her at 7 out of 10. So her ult damage is 80 or 79% if I'm not mistaken. Fully skilled up, it does 104 damage if I'm not mistaken. So again, it's still not going to be that high. She's mostly a AoE DPS unit. She's an excellent AoE DPS unit because of the 100% chance to counter attack, and also her AoE being ultimate. Yeah, she can pretty much solo any content, but the problem is turn count, right? If you don't clear Fierce Battle in 16 turns, then you're gonna lose 1 star. Even though I'm soloing this content pretty much with her, it's still not gonna be that useful. And this should be a kill. There we go. So basically, she soloed it. The reason why I brought Jen is just to break the plating and clear it slightly faster. But yeah, I really cleared this content. You don't need her to clear Fierce Battle 15, but it does help a lot because her ultimate being AoE is going to be useful for you to break the blunt plating. Alright, so let me just show you what I have on her. She has the bovine set that gives you damage reduction and also shield application multiplier. But that's not really that important because she already takes no damage. The reason why I'm using this bovine set is because it gives me defense up to 18%. I forgot to show you her ascension. This one is, the first one is very good already. Crit damage plus 30% to all allies before activating ultimate. And then next notable one is her ascension 6. When she ults, she gives 20% of her defense as shield to all allies. That's very good. But the real question is she a must summon? Do you want to go for her or Reno or Jen? Which one is it, right? In my opinion, right now the content is not hard enough for you to go for her, because right now most content is going to focus on single target damage. If you can kill the boss, you win the fight, right? Whereas her, she can kill off the rest of the enemies, but she cannot kill off the boss as reliably. And also one more thing about her, she does not break plating as fast as you think. The passive skill that counter attacks does not reduce the enemy's plating. You can only reduce the enemy's plating when you cast her S3, S1 or follow up, or her S1. But she is an excellent AoE unit. Between her and Reno, I would still say you should go for Reno, especially in the current content of the game. Reno is much more useful because he has higher single target damage with his S2 and also ultimate ability. Sagan focuses more on AoE content, which we don't have a lot of. But here's the thing though, if you don't have any other blunt DPS, you don't have Kaiju number 8, you don't have Isao, I would say she's going to be a must summon for you over Reno. Because again, Fierce Battle 15, if you don't have a blunt DPS, it's gonna be so tough for you. You either need to have Kaiju number 8 or Isao in the first team to break the plating. So if you don't have any other blunt DPS, Sagan is going to be a must summon over Reno. But that's the only case that I would say she is going to be better than Reno as of now. And yeah, that's about it. Ciao.